Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, Geeky in chat. Evening to you. We're just waiting for the server to launch. Should hopefully be any moment now and then. We can get back to racing. It's been about a month now since the last stream. I'm doing well this week. It's been a good, productive week. Getting back on track. Second week off of college for half term or something like that. Um, yeah, second week off for Easter. So yeah, been productive. Has indeed been a while. Quite a bit has changed since last time. I'm getting a little concerned that the server hasn't launched yet. But yes, it has been a little while. I've had a couple of changes. Most notably, I have got a new rig, and with that, I have had to change my setup around a little bit. One of those things being the webcam, which you will see when we switch over. Hmm. Server's taking a very long time to launch here. But yeah, I hope you're doing well too, Geeky. Hmm. Well, this is awkward. Hmm. Hmm. Seems like. No, it's not. It's with a group called Onid that I've not done many races on stream with them, but I've certainly done quite a few off stream with them over the last year and a half. I've even helped them host some races. We did a Legends Cup on the original Sao Corsa second half of last year. I can't remember when exactly. We had a great race at Biker Nike. That's probably butchering that pronunciation. But yeah, we did that in that series. Well, that was a very good race. I think I posted a clip of that on my Twitter, but I did post a little bit about it. But yeah, for this race, if it does get underway here, um, we have 71 people signed up for today across various classes. I'd love to give you the breakdown of how many is in each class. Unfortunately, the sign-ups aren't broken into the classes, so it's just a mixture between, as I said, all the classes. So we've got GT2s, we've got GT3s, GT4s, the Cup cars, which I'm in the Porsche Cup car for tonight. It's good fun. I think the M2 was available for sign-ups, but doesn't look like anyone has taken it. Yeah, the M2 is there, but I don't see anyone with it on the sign-up list. But yeah, there appears to be some server issues, so we're gonna have to wait patiently. Art of Rally while waiting? You know what? You make a very good point. You make a very, very good point. Might as well find something to fill the time while we wait. I'll be able to have a Discord chat open that will update me. Or should update me. The annoying thing is, I've just noticed this while typing in Discord. Art of Rally, despite the fact I'm tabbed out of it typing on Discord, it was like, oh yeah, navigating through the menus as if everything, as if I was tabbed in. A little bit annoying as I nearly started an event just by trying to type in Discord and making sure I'll be able to find out. Right, so anyway, yeah, we'll do a bit of Art of Rally. Can bring screen up. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. As you can see, face cam's in different position because I've had to move my main monitor. Doesn't quite work for mounting the face cam, so I have to have it off to the side now. Yep, more of a view of my room. But it's actually better because it means when I'm looking at chat, I'm still looking in the vague direction of in the vague direction of the webcam rather than in a completely different direction, so you'll have to deal with that normally. Anyway, and today's Art of Rally daily event. Group 4 at Norway. I haven't done any Art of Rally since the last stream, so it's been a little while. Looks like we've a BMW. Also, please do let me know how the audio balancing is. I've done, I installed a new SSD while I was away, so I can confidently look over at my recording and see, oh, 950 gigs remaining instead of about 50. But it does mean some things like audio settings were reset since I moved all my games over to the new SSD. Little tail happy from the BM. Which isn't ideal on this twisty stage. Just clip that. That's a bit wide. Couple of corners till the finish now. Oh. Not the only one getting upgrades in, am I? Apparently these servers are back up. There we go. If that little mistaking the bridge, 51st top 20%. We'll check back on that afterwards. It's going to take me a while to get used to looking over there for my webcam, but yes, we will go back to full screen as we close this and get ACC back running. We are in, so we can go back. I do need to just change that over. Green light, go, go, go. So yes, this is the Nordschleife. We'll see how these pressures goes. I haven't done... Well, I did one lap of practice to get the thumbnail.
Low time cushion, stay clear of the curves.
I missed a little drop in frame rate there. yeah, frame rate's struggling a little bit. Which is understandable when there's already about 50 cars in the server and you've got this massive track. Once again, do let me know how the audio balance is. Looks like I might need to turn down the game just a little bit. Is only fast, doesn't feel very grippy, but still to get the tires up to temperature. Now, I do want to get a little bit of practice with the Joker. So you're able to take a little cut through to start a new lap. Saves you from doing a 8.5 minute out lap. That was very deep. And then we also have a little cut through here, because for the 24-hour they need extra paddock space to accommodate all the all the teams. So they make that space on turns 2 and 3 of the normal layout. Quite a bit of traffic here. I've actually just realized why the track will seem like it's not got a lot of grip. With the Nordschleife there is a higher minimum ride height. And they'll be having a big effect on the car's handling. But anyway, now that we've done the GP circuit on our flying lap, it's time for the main Nordschleife. It's going to be very busy. Track is very bumpy and is still not very grippy. A little bit of GT4 traffic up ahead. Just gonna sneak down the inside. Use big curb on exit. Nordschleife being so bumpy, and of course it being so long, it has a lot more variation than your average track. It kind of feels more similar to all the rallying I've been doing as of late, whether it be on Beam or the official WRC game, than circuit racing. Obviously, with the Cup car, no TC to help us out. So we do have to be careful on that throttle. You can see the tyres are quite overpressured, especially on the left-hand side. As close. We do have an M2 on the grid today. We're just catching up to now. We're gonna catch him at a really awkward point. Thankfully they move over to let us through. Bit of grass there. Keep it out of the wall, which is important. You have to be careful of trying not to invalidate laps come qualifying. I'm pretty sure what we did there entering this section of track will have done so. Also just noticed in chat, welcome Tie-Dye. Good to see you. Pressures are very high on the left hand side. Yeah, it is great to see the Nordschleife on ACC, and it's especially nice to see them add the Joker or the cut through that I showcased to start this lap. Everyone, myself included, was quite worried when they announced this that you'd have to do a full 8.5 minute out lap. So we're all glad to see that isn't the case. Oh, oops. Not quite getting the car stopped. So we'll have to be a little bit more careful on those bumps. As you can see someone using that cut through there. So we'll get another 2 laps of practice in. Which will be invaluable. Invaluable, is that the word? And no, that's definitely not the word I'm looking for. I mean, even on this GP circuit, there's some learning to do, as the car's running quite different setup as you normally would get around the Nürburgring. Around the GP circuit. Yeah, there's plenty of car variety here, which is great to see. It'll be interesting to see where how we fare up in the Cup car versus all the GT3s. Generally, the Cup car comes in strong with circuits more straight line speed orientated. And that certainly isn't the case for the Nordschleife. It's very technical, but technical in a way that it demands a lot from the drivers. And of course, this being a community event, there's going to be a big range of skill and talent and experience. So that definitely opens a possibility of us jumping allottive GT3s and GT2s, let's not forget them as well. It'll be interesting to see how the GT2s compared to the GT3s round here. I mean, I can't say about the curb noises how they sound like in a real race car. I've never driven a GT or any GT car around any track. But the one time I did go to Silverstone for the Grand Prix, nearly 6 years ago now, 2018 that was, you could hear the curb noises even from the grandstands, you know, just how much energy the F1 cars put into them. Like, sometimes you hear it on the broadcast and you're like, do you really hear that sound? It's like, yeah, you definitely do. And just showcases the energy going through a race car, especially F1 cars, of course. You know, as you're going over those curbs, you're getting a lot of vibration. Well, very high frequency vibration, I should say. You know, at the speeds of about 160 miles per hour. Maybe on the exit of the final corner at Silverstone. Where's the transit van? We've got the next closest thing, an M2. It might as well be a transit van in this game. So we're over halfway around this lap. Track has got up to optimum now. We got about 5.5 seconds of damage from our little off at the end of last lap. As we're entering the best part of the lap once more. I am certainly driving this track more rally style in a way of, not knowing how much grip there is, what the car is capable of, and subsequently just a lot more movement in the wheel. A lot more sort of playing around. Just trying to feel the grip, feel where the limit is. Understeer. Yeah, let's see if we can get this braking zone at the end of this straight right this time. Playing it much safer. And it definitely worked out. Seems like we did invalidate that lap somewhere. I don't know where we did. Downside of not running part of the HUD. That says so. Another downside of the track being so large is even on the track map, I can't tell where, I'm seeing these flags, and usually I look at the mini-map to see exactly where the car is. But it's just so difficult to tell. Because the map's so much more zoomed out than where it would be normally. My only assumption, by the way, when it comes to the previous lap is I maybe invalidated it. Oh, that might have invalidated this lap there. I might have invalidated it in the final chicane from the previous lap. That is a possibility. But again, not 100% sure. As we start to head round for our final tour of the Nordschleife in this practice session. We're looking to beat a 8-minute 37.5. Starting to catch GT4. Also have to think about our qualifying tactic. With about 70 people, the track is going to be very busy when the session starts. And then of course when everyone takes the cut through, you know, you're gonna have people on out laps while people are starting or on their flying laps because they've taken that shortcut. You know, there's only going to be sort of 1 minute 40 seconds of clean air of the track before people start their flying lap. Bouncy, bouncy indeed. We do have 30 minutes of qualifying, so we do have a bit of time just to let everyone else go out. I think we go away without hitting the wall that time. I've just noticed it's not a GT4 in front of us. It's another Cup car. Just fell out. Got the outside wheels. The right hand side wheels outside of the carousel there. Cost us a bit of time. steer there. This lap's probably invalidated. I imagine we'll get a lot of invalidated laps across qualifying. I feel like there's been very few valid laps this practice session, as my position has barely changed. How I saved that, I don't know. Session is coming to an end. There's a checkered flag out now. Still up to 10 minutes to wait for everyone to finish their laps. Yeah, I don't know, Geeky. I really don't know. Well, I'm 100% sure that this lap has been invalidated, but we'll see what the lap time is come the end anyway. Looks like there's very few cars on a valid lap, so hopefully we don't have to wait too long for the start of qualifying. Got stopped there for final few corners with a little bit of distance to spare. As we come up to the line, it's going to be slower this lap. It's going to be a 42. Game's frame rate isn't the happiest. Yeah, I should have. It was a good point. Because I don't actually see. I don't know if that will help because there's no mirrors in IFOV here, so I don't know if that will help. But we'll try it anyway. See if it does make a difference. Setup. First thing I want to do is turn this down by 1.3, let's say. Let's turn this down by 0. We'll just set it to min. Yeah, we'll keep the right side as they were. Fuel and strategy, let's say 9.4 liters a lap. So we'll take 30 for qualifying. We'll take 30. We'll take 32 for the extra not out lap, but well, you know, it kind of is an out lap, but it kind of isn't. You can see there's front right height 106. It's usually much slower. It's 60 or 50s usually, but it's up at 106 for the Nordschleife. That's why the car feels feels like it has a lot less grip. Front end of the car just really lifted, even with a very high. And then you see around the Nordschleife, it's not like the rear end feels really stable. It still bounces around everywhere. So yeah, and there's not much you can do in the Cup car, of course. You don't have anything you can change in the dampers. You don't have any sort of suspension stuff you can change. It's just the anti-roll bar. Tell a lie, you do have the toe camber and caster that you can change. Can you change caster? Nope, you can't change caster. But yeah, you can't change any of the wheel rate, the bump stop. So very limited on what you can do in the Porsche Cup, which is kind of nice to be honest. But yeah, we're just waiting now for the session to take over. Yeah, we don't have too long to wait, only maybe about another 30 seconds for the 41 to complete their lap time. The other car's on an invalid lap, so they will not hold the session up. And by the way, the weather is static for this session, or for these these sessions, I should say. So there's not going to be any changes. There's not going to be any rain, which you could say is a little bit of a shame. But there's still, I'd say, still plenty to learn, plenty of interest for today. 41 has finished their lap, but session isn't ticking over, so maybe it is letting the other two finish their lap. Maybe there's something else holding it up. Hopefully it does forward. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Apparently the 40 slap was valid. Maybe that's a little icy. Maybe that's a little bug that's incorrectly showing invalid laps on the minimap. We can see people down in the 819s, but there's a wild variety of times around the 25 kilometers of the Nordschleife. I should also mention when it comes to the race, there is a mandatory pit stop of 1 litre of fuel, at least 1 litre of fuel. We'll just be taking a single litre as track position is going to be vital. Overtaking, of course, difficult around the Nordschleife, very technical, very bumpy too. Well, if you're only taking 1 litre of fuel and you're not repairing any damage, I'd say you're doing very well probably. But yeah, track position is going to be vital here. As we wait for the 33. There we go. Qualifying is starting. I can see everyone making their way out instantly. We're just going to wait for a little bit. I don't know how long to wait. But we'll see everyone making their way around the GP circuit. And then we'll see them do it all over again. see cars still making their way out. If I went now, I think I'd just get caught right in the cars starting their laps, which I don't want to be. So you can see everyone rounding the final corner of the GP loop, and people are just starting their laps now. So there's nearly 2 minutes for them to do that. About 150, so we'll wait another 150. That should be enough time for everyone to go round, get their out laps done. And then we're going to have 2 flying laps. I would be surprised if, oh, before I forget, let me just fix the volume. So we won't be going about 26 minutes. Let me just have the car for the audio. Would help if I... It's a little bit quiet now. So we'll go with that. Yeah, that's about where I think the audio should be. It is impossible to tell on that mini-map who's on an out lap, who's on a flying lap. So yeah, we'll just wait a few more minutes. Yeah, I think about now could be a good time to go.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
Gotta get the tires up to temperature. I was going to try a bit of weaving, but the car did not like that. Right, so here we go to start our lap. Let's just hope we keep it valid. Over around the GP circuit quite well. Now it's time for the real challenge. And there we are through the first technical section.
Yellow flag, be careful there. Yellow flag ahead, be careful.
Looks like we've a good space on track, but we might have a... Yeah, we have a GT4 in front of us. Hopefully we don't lose too much time behind them. And the right hand side tires are a little overpressured, it seems. Now I'm sure this isn't another Cup car because it's an Alpine. And there's no Alpine Porsche Cup car. But there is a Porsche GT4 and a Porsche Cup car. So that's when it gets a little confusing. This part of the track being very shaded. Then come back out into the sun. much better run through the carousel than we had last time, but we're going to come up on this GT4 at a very unfortunate spot. Though I don't know if they're getting blue flagged because we're different classes, or if because they have invalidated their lap, they've let us through either way. Looks like they've RTG'd anyway. That is one thing, of course, if you invalidate a lap, this is the only track on ACC that it'll be quicker to actually just return to pits than to complete your invalid lap. Since the out lap relatively is very short compared to a full lap. Car landed very nicely that time. It's going to be impossible for us to beat a GT3 car around here. They're just going to have much more grip. And also, you know, just after looking at the setup there, they're going to be able to adjust their suspension, their dampers for the Nordschleife, whereas the Porsche, it's just locked with its, you know, standard setup in those cases, which is definitely going to be more tuned to a more traditional circuit and not something as demanding as the Nordschleife here. As we come out of the final corner, up to line Albania at 32.3, it currently puts us P12. See there, we gain about a second, it seems like. Just from starting our lap from the full layout, then from the GP shortcut.
Yellow flag, be careful there. Slow car ahead.
And we're hopefully not going to get any GT4 traffic on this lap. So that could be another second or two later on in the lap.
Yellow flag ahead, watch out in front. Please try to stay on the track.
Oh yeah, that is one thing I forgot about qualifying. It does tell you when you invalidate your lap, which is good to know. We are going to be able to get another lap. Because 9.45 reserve fuel there. We'll go with 13 liters for this. We'll take half a PSI. We'll take one out of here. Yes, we go for another lap.
Stay clear on the curbs.
So we won't get that 1 second advantage from completing a full lap. I'll just take this straight to warm up the brakes as we have the current pole sitter go by.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front.
Currently dropped down to P15,
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front.
16.9 seconds off pole position currently, leading the 5 Porsche Cup cars that we have in this race.
There's a slow car ahead. Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
Oh, this is awkward.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I suppose I do have a faster lap time than that BMW, but it is a GT3. I'm only a Cup car, so I was going to let them go at turn 1. But they don't seem to want to take the track position. We have only lost a 10th from that little altercation.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front. There's a slow car ahead. That'll be validated.
Oh, that invalidated the lap. Oh, alright. That's not ideal. No, I mean, we still have time to go for another lap. I know we hopefully shouldn't be creating any
Stay away from curbs.
trains. think I'm just gonna let these... There seems to be 3 cars here. I don't know which of them are on flying laps, so I'll just let them all go. Then we have another 30-second gap, so I might as well make use of that gap. Is really, even though there's so much track space, it is very difficult just trying to know if you've got enough of a gap around you. You know, you're trying to judge, you know, who's going to be coming in from the full layout of the track. And of course, with such a long lap, the gap that you need to not catch a slower car or to not have a faster car catch you is so much bigger. The same thing's managed to happen again. There was a bump into that fast right-hander that just really upset the car. That's cost us a few tenths. Deep into that hairpin. Yellow flag is in for another few corners. I also should say they show flags very far in advance on this track. It does make it a little harder to know when the danger is for the yellow flag, or where the slow car is, if it's a white flag, etc. gained a couple of tenths through that section. Half second up now on our delta. Nearly a second up now. We are starting to close in on a slower GT3. That could ruin our lap. And we're out of time to start a new lap if we wanted to. That was too deep. Five litres of fuel left. One and a half seconds up now. And we'll probably gain a little bit more through this section, because this is where we caught the GT4.
On the right. Clear on the right.
Getting around the outside of that GT3. Losing minimal time. Two seconds up now. Rear end just sliding through that left-hander. Carnot's settled on the landing that time. Oh, that's always sketchy, cutting that cross. Oh, nipping that inside curb was not good. But we're still about 2.3 seconds up. Let's say 2.4 seconds now. We've dropped to 25th. As we see, we should gain a few positions, maybe get back into the top 20 with this lap, as long as we nail this final braking zone. Very tricky braking zone, as we know, very difficult. But there's quite a bit of time to be won and lost. Managed to gain a few tenths. Car was just a little more settled over the bumps. As we come across the line, that will be P20. I think we need to put a little bit of pressure in the front tires. Seemed a little low. Maybe a little bit of pressure in all the tires. Let's just put 0.2 and 0.3. Shall we? Boy. 8:14.8 is the current pull time. We've still got looks like about 12 cars to finish the lap. But yeah, we are the highest non-GT3. We beat every GT2, every other Cup car, and unsurprisingly, every GT4. And even the M2. Only 59 cars have turned up for the race after 70 signed up, which is a little disappointing. Yeah, I mean, you always expect maybe a few no-shows, but to have 12 is always a little disappointing. You know, more than 10%. Quite a few people also not getting a lap time in. Not surprising. But yeah, they're going to have an interesting time. But yeah, let's do some fuel calculating. So we have a 1 hour race. Well, first of all, we should work out what lap time is. It'll be 480, 815, so 485. 485, 495. 8 laps. So 8 times, let's say just 9.5 to be safe. 76, that's put in 78 liters. We'll probably not take tires. And, oh, we do have to take 1 liter of fuel, so put that in the strategy. But yeah, very close there to getting P19, just 7 thousandths, or 700ths, I should say, there. Then got a 3/10 gap, 6/10 gap, 7/10 gap before they get over a second. So, well, we know if we were able to start a lap from the full lap, we know there's a second in that, so that would have jumped us up to P16. There's maybe a few attempts in it. I mean, there's definitely more potential in the lap. How much more? I have no idea. Of the car, but out of what it's not like we've seen big swings in the Delta. The laps were fairly consistent. But we definitely have a few tenths. I was a little bit aggressive into the fast left-hander before the carousel. Not too long before that. And also we had to go around the outside of the GT3. That cost us, I'd say, a few tenths. So maybe half a second in that, I can more confidently say. That would have got us P14 along with the other start. But yeah, I mean, it also could have went the other way. We could have been down in 23rd as we were before that lap, even further back. See, the times drop is a little bit disappointing. We're in a bit of a sort of a close bubble, and that's plus 14 seconds off the pole time. But we're at the back end of it. The times quickly drop off behind us, but it takes, there's quite a few positions that are very close to us ahead. So yeah, we have a couple more people to finish the lap. The number 3 and the number 21, neither of which have set a time, but they're both GT4 cars, so they're not going to be challenging us for position. Someone is recommending a tire change. That's bold. It is a 27-second time loss for a tire change, which can certainly lose you quite a bit of track position. New tires. I mean, for the Cup car, it's always a little less beneficial because you have to do the outlap. on cold tires, so you don't get as much of a, you lose like another second or two from that, so it's more like let's say 29-second time loss. And then of course to try and make overtakes can be very difficult, that loses you more time. So to gain 30 seconds is probably quite difficult. It does say there is a pit window. The pit window is really long. It's most of the race, and when you've got a lap as long as you do here at the Nordschleife, it is the entire race. So yeah, as you can see, we start here on the main straight of the Nordschleife, run down to the final few corners for starting the race. Kind of like the races we've had on Sao Corsa, on the old Sao Corsa. But yeah, let's just double check our setup. Yeah, we're happy with pressures. Fuel, we're happy with. We do have that 1 liter. We've got to make sure we turn off change tires in the strategy once we hit drive. As I can hear the rain outside starting to come down. Normally, if everything went to plan, this race would have been starting green flag at about 10 past 8. It's now 35 past 8. Shows those server issues obviously pushing us back a little bit.
20 seconds.
And just the long lap times, the overtime in the sessions being very long for the long lap time, just pushing this race back quite a bit. It could be nearly, it'll be about 9:45 by the time we're finishing. This opening lap is going to be difficult. A lot of traffic, 2 very tight corners to start the lap off. Hopefully it's clean, and we've got cold tires. We're the only person with cold... Well, I don't know, I can't remember if the GT2s have cold tires. But we certainly do, and I'm pretty sure the GT3s don't. They have nice warm tires. Shouldn't be too long now before we're able to start accelerating for the start. There it is. That Bentley has done an absolute murder. Leave a lot of room on the inside. And we get out of that unscathed. Got a run on the Ferrari here. I have to back out, don't have the grip through this high speed chicane. Oh, we have a session restart. A lot of Ferraris I've just noticed in the pack. And GT3s up front. Just double check our setup again. Yeah, definitely the Bentley at the front of the pack. We obviously have no idea what went on behind us. I imagine it was not much better when you consider you've got, look in here, Porsche, GT2, GT2, Porsche, GT4, GT3, GT4, 4, M2, a load of GT3s, another random GT4, more GT3s.
30 seconds. 20 seconds.
Yeah, I will be surprised if these first two corners happen cleanly. I'll be very surprised.
Go in double file. Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
Able to get a bit of wheel spin in the rear tires to help heat them up.
Green light, go, go, go. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the right.
Got to jump on that BMW. So they're taking it very cautiously. Seems much cleaner this time round, which is great to see. Someone's had a spin.
Light damage on here.
Yeah, people aren't going to slow up for the yellow flag. They're just going to try and drive through the incident.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
A lot of minute of damage there.
Pit window's open.
See, pit window already open.
Yellow flag is damage here.
And so you know you cannot take the pit entry by the GP loop. You have to take it at the end of the lap. I'm pretty sure at least that looks like a Ferrari with a lot of damage.
Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
More people going bowling into the hard pin. That Ferrari was very brave. BMW very cautious being side by side into that corner. But we're still P20 somehow. We only have 35 seconds of damage. I forgot to turn the tires off again from the restart. Can definitely feel the damage a bit, but it doesn't feel too bad, to be honest. The car's still very drivable. I'm very confident I won't have... Ooh. I'm very confident I won't have as much pace as I normally would, but I don't know if I'll lose 35 seconds over the race. And if I'd be able to make up the positions if I did pit. Ferrari. Obviously very damaged in the wall. GT3 being more aggressive over the jump behind us.
There's a slow car there. Yellow flag ahead. Watch out.
I just braked a little bit in case there was a car round the corner and the crest. Rear of the car moving around a lot there. Was able to just hold on to it. So we appear to be in P90, it seems, or P18. I imagine we'll get proper position updates as we cross the start-finish line in a few corners' time. We have a bit of a gap, 2 seconds in front, 2 seconds behind. You can see that GT2 closing up quite a bit on the straight because of the damage that we have. A few cars taking their mandatory pit stop this lap. We'll continue round. I don't think the damage is worth pitting for. Especially for how much you're going to get stuck in traffic. You know, if we repair this damage, we're going to come out behind GT4s. And that can be very costly. And since we're not taking it, we're not repairing the damage after lap 1, we might as well just carry it to the end. We are just holding this GT2 KTM at bay.
There's a slow car ahead.
Does look like cars will be getting lapped this race, which is a bit of a surprise given how long the lap is. I suppose their starts were just that bad. We are technically P1 in class. You can see 9.7 seconds ahead of the next Cup car. at the end of lap 1. .9 seconds in front now.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
Oh, that's an awkward hit on that curb.
There's a slow car ahead.
Another showcase there of just how sort of long that yellow flag was. You know, it was being displayed many corners, like 5 corners before the actual incident. I think that's going to be quite... I think that's going to cause incidents, you know, because people are going to be able to go through yellow flag zones for multiple corners and not see an incident. And so people are going to lose trust in the yellow flags, and they're, you know, like, the chances of you coming across a car when you see a yellow flag are going to be quite reduced now, because the yellow flag sector is so long. I feel like people are going to be feel less inclined to slow down when they see a yellow flag, and thus, you know, you're going to see more incidents from that, like we've seen on the opening lap.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
That looks like a crash at the carousel. Just trying to judge off the mini-map. It is difficult to judge off the map, you know, because it is so zoomed out with how big this track is. You know, that's another thing that isn't going to help. It's going to be harder to... When you get that call of a yellow flag, it's going to be harder to try and pinpoint where is the car, what do I need to avoid? Or where is the car that I need to avoid? I love this section of the track so much. They do seem to be able to pull a gap on the GT2 in that section. Maybe they're not just quite as brave. Of course, GT2 does suffer from less downforce than the GT3s. So it'll be a bit more in line with the Cup car when it comes to that regard. And we're probably just seeing that through that section, which is a little bit of a surprise with the damage that I have. I can see I'm just not able to match the cars in front. There does seem to be a bit of a battle forming. The 3 cars in front all within a second of each other. As with the GT2 car, it may not have the downforce and the cornering grip, but certainly has the straight line speed to make up for it. Number 35 going to pit lane is at an instant come the end of that lap. As we come up to the line, that lap will be at 8:38.3. A couple of seconds quicker than the GT2 behind us. Got to remember we're only a quarter of the way through the race. Still 6 laps to go. Still extending the gap to that GT2 behind us. Tried to see if I could carry a little more speed through that right-hander. Certainly carried a smidge, just a slight smidge too much. Screen freeze there. You can see one of the cars behind us, the number 41, has a speeding penalty in pit lane. So even though they've taken their mandatory pit stop, we should still come out in front of them. A little bit of understeer through the fast left-hander there. I'd also say that little left-right seems to be the corners I'm most struggling with. just seems very bumpy and that the cars aren't very unstable through there. We've had to crash a few cars back. Number 41's been able to pass the GT2 behind us. One trying to stay in front of them. I think it'll be difficult. They're in a GT3. They probably don't have any damage. So they're in that case they're definitely in a faster GT3. They do have that penalty, so we don't want to get caught up in a fight, lose time from them trying to overtake us. You can see they've already gained a second in the last couple of corners. A little braver on the brakes. That lap and it shows in the delta. Looks like a little bit of a better run through the carousel. We can see that GT3's already up in another second. And they'll probably gain seconds of time through this medium and high speed section of track. Just from the extra downforce the GT3 has and the damage that we have.
Slow car ahead.
It's such a fun section of track though, it flows so well.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out.
See, I had a quick look on the mini-map and I could see the number 22 causing a yellow flag. But that was like 5, maybe even more corners in front of where I was. Big bit of wheel spin over one of the bumps. It looks like the GT3 here might be able to pass us down the straight here, which would be ideal. Obviously it won't cost us either of us any time for this little exchange. Another crash behind us. If anything, they'll gain a little bit of time picking up the slipstream. They're going to come into the pits anyway to serve that stop-go. You'd say there's going to be a bit of a fight between us. We're going for the much shorter pit stop. That will gain us 27 seconds on that car. But they are multiple seconds a lap quicker than us. 5 laps to go. We're into the top 10 now. Obviously still to make our mandatory pit stop when a number of cars around us have taken it. Also, from our calculation earlier, we know this... well, we know we were about a quarter lap away from the race being 1 lap shorter, being 7 laps instead of 8. But a quarter lap is 2 minutes. I mean, we know there is the mandatory pit stop, which, let's just say, is a minute time loss. It isn't, it's maybe only about 40 or 45 seconds if the leader doesn't take new tires. But then I suppose you could say, oh, they'll lose time on old tires compared to new tires. You know, so you could say there's a minute in that regard. Of course, we're running heavier on fuel than we were in qualifying. I'd just like to point out there was a yellow flag showing. And there was a car stopped there by the side of the track, but yellow did not come up, you know, on the HUD, on the little screen in the car that's meant to tell you the flags, you know, where it says ready in the bottom left. You can just see the bottom of the ready is cut off.
We're halfway through, not over yet.
So it's very unlikely that this race is going to go 1 lap short. This lap's certainly been a little messier than the previous lap so far, currently second down on our delta. Nearly pin it in the wall there, taking a little bit of grass on the outside of that corner. No worries, tie-dye. But good to have you back. We're in a little bit of no man's land now. We're sort of getting about in the middle part of the race. Seems like the 39 car is going a little slow. One thing to consider is the damage that we have. There is a chance that it's causing a little more tire wear than would be normal. So that might be hurting us. But at this stage of the race, I still don't think it's worth the 30 odd seconds to repair it all. So we have closed a bit up to the 39 Mercedes GT2 car. We can see it just in the distance. You can see we've quite a few cars in the pit lane. Looks like they might be changing tyres. You know, I feel like it's safe to assume if someone's pitting at the halfway mark, they're changing tyres, you know, because that would be the best point to do so. So that is interesting to note. On 49, getting a speeding and pit lane penalty. But they're a GT4 that's obviously being lapped. Little deep into turn 1. So now we're up to P4, but we have a lot of GT3s around us that haven't pitted, or that have pitted, I should say. And the likelihood is they've taken new tyres, which should see them have a sizable pace advantage. Remember, we were about 16 seconds off the pole time. That's about the gap we have to the cars behind. So they'll probably catch us at the end of the lap. They could catch us on the straight again, like that other GT3, which would be quite handy. At this point, I'm really considering is it a good idea to pit at the end of this lap. Obviously, it depends how much time we lose here with the GT4 and how much time the GT3s lose to the GT4. GT4's got less behind the inside there. was a little sketchy, but it worked out. We were both careful and give each other room. More speeding and pit lane penalties coming. I should say I haven't properly practiced the pit entry here. Well, I tell a lie. I did in the practice lap I did for the thumbnail. But that was yesterday. I don't really remember much of it. But yeah, I'm thinking probably pit at the end of this lap just so we don't have to deal with the GT3s trying to unlap themselves. I should say it's very unlikely that the cars getting these penalties are cars who are fighting for position. GT3s are starting to catch that GT4 now. Nine seconds for them to catch. Remember that other GT3 caught about 6 seconds. But these GT3s, we can presume have a bit of a tire difference. You can see there's a white flag, but if you look at the mini-map, you'll see that is so far ahead. That's up towards the carousel now. So it has no bearing on us. That's probably the 25 lapped car in front of us. Looking like we will be able to stay in front of the GT3s this lap. Which is good news for us, and also for them. with the damage that we have and the less downforce of the Cup car, you're really balancing on the edge of whether you can make it flat out through some of those corners. Let's just check. Yeah, our pit strategy is all good. .5 litres of fuel lap, that's what we used for our estimates, and we put a couple of extra litres in, so we should be good for fuel. Our strategy is all set up. Now it's just about getting the pit entry. Looks like everyone else is in the pits too. Yeah, I'm definitely sped there. Line comes up quite quickly on you there. A bit quicker than I was expecting it to. I'm pretty sure it is a bit closer than it is for the GP layout.
Mandatory stop is not clear. Come on, go, go, go.
I managed to forget press the wrong buttons. I can't actually see what buttons I'm pressing. So it's pressing the wrong buttons that whole time.
You've been given a stop and go.
Yeah, and there's stop go. Quite the shame. Came out in P10. If I didn't mess up that pit, was pressing the wrong button, sir, I would have got P8 most likely, though this 41 is the car that also had the stop-go penalty. So, you know, they had the pace to catch us and most likely pass us. But we definitely would have been on for a top 10 finish. Had it not been for those errors. It feels like it's moving around more now. Yeah, car feels much slidier. Probably with the tires getting worn. Car behind us has had a crash. think I'm just going to take this stop-go now. I'm not sure if I could take it to the end. I think I would get disqualified since there's 3 laps remaining and I have 3 laps to serve it. But I do want to take it just to see where we come out. I was going to try and let the GT3 through there, but they did lift. Fell off the carousel just a slight bit early there. It's amazing how much speed you can carry into it though. That was very close to a bit of disaster. And there's the gravel. First significant mistake of the day. Now the problem is we've slid the rear tyres around quite a bit. I can see they're overheating now, so they're only going to slide even more. Luckily they're going to have a nice bit of time to cool down in the pits. I say luckily. Unfortunately. There goes the GT3. We'll be able to get a bit of slipstream off them, which will be handy. Did just brake a little bit harder there to make sure I didn't run into the back of them. Much better pit entry there. Much better. There is a car behind us that also has a penalty, the number 64, so that's one less position we'll lose, of course. There is a car right before our pit stall, making it a little bit harder to get in our box. Luckily it's a stop go. It looks like it didn't actually count for like waiting for the engine to turn off.
Let's go, go, go.
And doesn't look like, because the car doesn't have to get jacked up, it looks like there's no like time loss if you're ever so slightly out of your pit box. As we have a couple of cars just pit us. Including a cup car. I'll drop us to third in class. We've got second in class right in front of us. That Aston has made a mistake, so that's one free position right away. That'll let us back up into 19th, but we're within a second of P2 in class. Though with this damage it might be a little bit difficult to get past them. We also have no idea if they're on new tyres or if they're same tyres from the start. Slightly braked at the wrong board there for the chicane. If you were watching the Field Race versus Community videos, you'll know we did run a version of the Nürburgring that had the tight chicane, and so I think that slightly caught me out that lap. The rear of the car just sliding around. Looking at the leader, it'll be very close to whether we get another lap or not. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
There's a blood damage on the left. Car on the left. Okay, on the left.
Go away with that. Up to 40 seconds of damage now. Car just understeered there.
Some severe damage on the front of the car.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be too much damage not to pit for. Suspension's really damaged.
The window is now closed.
2.5 minutes left in the race.
Go ahead.
Hopefully this is the last lap. I really didn't think this race was going to go one lap short. But there's a very good chance of it happening right now. I think the leader will just get to the line in 2 minutes. Oh dear.
What's this like? We have to repair the car.
Cars. I don't think I can turn left with the damage. Yeah, I'm nearly full lock to the left just to try and keep the car in a straight line.
Yellow flag ahead. Be careful. Box, box. We have to repair the car. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front. Box, box. We have to repair the car. Right, man. The leader is on the final lap. Give me the final.
Leader did get one more lap in. I'll try and get the car back to the pits here. Nah, I'm not gonna bother. It's just too dangerous. And yeah, it's just too dangerous to drive. Like, you probably can tell a little bit on the webcam with its new position. Yeah, just that angle. You barely have any more room. Well, you have plenty more room to turn left, but the car doesn't respond very much to your inputs at that point. So, yeah, we could go out to another lap. To be honest, I can't really be bothered. that was quite tiring. Quite exhausting. Yeah, it just doesn't quite feel worth it. Having not done a lot of racing in the last month, I've done a few races, yeah, and they have been a little more tiring than usual. So taking a break. I haven't done an endurance race or a long stint in a while. So I am a little bit out of practice. But yeah, I don't think I'll see the final lap here. Because with how bumpy the track is, it is a lot more physically demanding and mentally demanding, of course. Yeah, so we'll just leave that race there. It was fun. So it was fun indeed, but yeah, shame way to end it. As always, as we always do on stream, we'll end with a bit of Art of Rally. If you didn't see, we did the daily challenge at the start of the stream while we were having some server issues on ACC. But we still have the weekly to do. And if you weren't here for the start of the stream, I haven't done any Art of Rally since the last stream. So there isn't really any results to catch up on. But yeah, let's see what we have in store for the week of the event. We have a Germany, and I didn't quite catch the class. Looks can't remember this class. With Germany, we're starting with the 6-mile tarmac stage. Nearly hit that inside stone. I will say from that race, my left foot is, or left leg I should say, is really feeling it. As I mentioned at the top of the stream, I got a new rig. And so before now, up until I got this rig, I just had my pedals sat on the ground and I had a little shelf sitting behind them up against the wall. Since they are a load cell set of pedals. So that's just to stop them from sliding across the carpet. But I was still limited by how high I could put the force on the load cell. You know, because the pedals we just want to lift up. You know, so it's very difficult to transfer you know, a heavy force through the brake pedal. So I only ran about 30% max pressure. Whereas now with the rig, you know, I've obviously got the pedals bolted down onto it properly. I've already upped that to 60%. Just misjudged the high bale, trying to get as close as I could to the high bales. But yeah, I'm running a much heavier brake pedal now, and my leg is definitely feeling it after this race. There we have the first stage. We're in 18th so far, top 3%, which is very good considering we had to reverse a bit there. Now I have another 7.6 mile stage, 2 long stages to start out this event. This time at night. more practice. I kind of just need to get used to it. I mean, I'm not the fittest person ever, so I would say the majority of my exercise does come from sim racing. So it's good to run a higher force in that regard. You know, I'm getting more exercise. But there will obviously be a little bit of time to get used to that. And it'll come naturally. I don't want to overdo it. That was a heavy bash into that stone, but it kind of helped in terms of our time for this stage. Probably did give us a bit of damage, but we'll be able to repair that at the end of the stage. Suspension and steering is definitely a bit damaged. I've got to go back to college next week, Geeky. And I think I want to start work on a couple of new series I have ideas for. We're getting towards the end of this stage now. So we fell to 23rd with that small mistake, still in the top 5%. But we'll be able to get to repair the car still another long tarmac stage here. This time in the rain, 7.1 miles. Let's see, bit of engine repair, no suspension. A little bit surprising. I'll also get to clean the car. Quite a few 90-degree corners to start this stage off. Imagine tie-dye, if they're still here, is loving the stage. A little bit wide there, but avoiding the trees, which is the most important bit. Car sliding a lot in this weather. Little bump on that high bale. Big jump there. Car landed quite nicely from it. Again towards the end of the stage once more. I was trying to see if I could just keep it pinned through there. Fortunately not. Up to 22nd, up one place. Still in top 5%. This is a very long weekly event, and we're running the first stage again, another 6 miles, this time in the dry again, and in the reverse direction, of course, from the first stage. Hopefully we don't have too much damage from that bonk at the end of that stage. Nearly turned into that inside bail. Oops. Ah, that's awkward. Well, those were some very messy stages, I must admit. Falling down to 27th at the end. Still in the top 5%. But yeah, very messy indeed. I'm actually surprised I'm quite as high as I am in the leaderboard. But yeah, that was messy. I suppose that shows that I should maybe go get some rest. I'm maybe a little too tired and fatigued for any racing at the moment. So yeah, we'll call the stream there. As it's just after 10 o'clock now, going for 3 hours. Thank you all for coming out to sort of first stream back after a little break. Unintended, well, there was always going to be a small little break, but it was longer than intended. So yeah, thank you, Geeky Tie-Dye, for coming out, and anyone else that was here and lurking in chat. Next stream will not be this week. It will be next week, probably on Thursday again. We will either be doing another Nordschleife race or we'll be doing a different ACC series. I haven't decided between the two what I want to do, so I'll see how I feel next week. But for now, that is going to do it for stream. As I said, thank you very much for sticking around. Sorry the race ended the way it did. Quite a shame, few mistakes, but yeah, difficult race. Was going well up until then, though, and was still good fun. But yeah, until next time, take care of yourselves. Have a good weekend, and yes, bye bye.